believe him and his word that he said that I am your rock of escape. So when you try to put a sword in your hand, he said, don't put a sword in your hand. Put your hand down, he said. Wait a minute, you don't have to pick up a weapon of the natural, of the carnal, of the flesh. What happens is, he said, what I'm going to give to you is just what's strictly spiritual, and I need your spiritual eye to see where I'm trying to take you. But I need you to remember when the moment comes, Cody, that I got to understand, time, that you are the rock of my what? Escape. Oh, God. You are the rock of my salvation. You are my fortress. You are my king. You are my strong tower. You are, listen, I come to increase your faith today, right? Like whatever it is that you're going through at the present moment, I want you to know that even in the midst of seeing your enemy, and you can say that that enemy almost got me. Almost. Come on here. Almost, but didn't. Come on here. It almost, but he didn't. He didn't touch you. He didn't do it. He tried. Just like we was in a place, and I won't mention a place because I told you we are sometimes always being viewed. And right when I was sitting in the service, automatically I saw a black mask came, and I didn't know where it went. And I'm looking in my peripheral, and I'm like, did she throw something? And I kind of look, I didn't see anything, Drew. And all of a sudden, in the midst of the service, my neck stiffed, my arm stiffed, and everything, my whole back, and everything began to almost where it wouldn't move. And I said, oh, this is a spirit of infirmity. And so as I began to stand up, I began to declare the word of the Lord. And I said, you have chose the wrong vessel. I'm holy. I don't even know why you thought you had the right to attach yourself to it. And so I begin to send it back to the sender. Y'all, yeah. Send the sender, so I'm going to send it back to you. If you're big enough to send it, you big enough to take it back. Yeah. I tell your neighbor, you can send it back, and I send it back. Drew, when I sent it back, listen, everything loose, and I was like, yeah, praise Jesus. And you got to understand, that thing was taking over my neck. I couldn't even move. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Listen, spiritual warfare is real. Demons are real. You hear me? And guess what? I just preached the night before, and what I'm telling you is this enemy will come to try you. But I'm letting you know that, guess what? We got a rock of defense. I don't know about you, but I come to remind you today, John, you got a defense. You got a defender. You got a vindicator. But if you didn't know, you'll walk away with that thing. That's right. I don't care, girl. It'll be a quick tip. Something I don't normally do. I'm casting it out. I don't know how you got here, but I know where you're going. That's right. You think I'm lying, John? I can have a headache, and I'm not a person that'll get a headache. And I'm trying to leave the service, and all of a sudden the head, you ain't no God. You better go. What I'm trying to tell you, you got to take authority and stop sleeping on the enemy. Yes. Okay? Sometimes we get in situations and we get so common with the situation or in the atmosphere, we get too loose as a goose. But what happened is you got to stand guard. You got to stay watchful. Because why? The enemy, our adversary, will try anything that he can. Listen, the enemy tried to convince me, Drew, well, you know you're tired. That ain't nothing but your body tightening up. Stop it. That's right. Yes. Stop it. Go sit down. Go sit down. And the next morning, a man of God was praying, and he said, oh, it's the spirit of infirmity that has been released to hit people. Woo! Mind you, the man was not at the service the day before. Come on here. What I'm trying to tell you is because we are spiritual, we live in a spiritual world, that's always things that's trying to make a trade-off. You got to say, guess what? I'm not for trade. I'm not for sale. Come on here. You don't barter trade me because there's nothing in my life that, guess what, I'm going to give to you. So again, I come to tell you that when you're faced with your enemy, with your deepest dark, and what could be your enemy? King Saul. David saw King Saul and all his army. But guess what? You're not dealing with a King Saul, but you might be dealing with a spirit similar to that, and it might be in the governor of fear. It might be in the image of your own mind or whatsoever. You got to know that, guess what? When that thing comes, you got to be able to say, wait a minute, God had brought the divided line, that you can't touch me, that you're not allowed to. You understand that? A lot of times we leave ourselves open and say, well, you know, we got to succumb to something. Well, I don't know. The Bible tells me I can speak otherwise. You understand? Now, I know life is life, and in life like to do what it got to do. But I keep saying John, but I keep looking at Drew. John, let me come over here. So John, what I'm telling you as life is life, and if I can speak other opposite, then trouble or issues come to my doorstep, I'm gonna speak it. The Bible said that I have the right to speak those things as though they what? Come on, my God. And so that means that guess what? I'm gonna speak those things. I might not see it. I don't have to accept with the enemy or what's going on. Like I don't have to accept it. You hear me today? And I want you to get to 2 Samuel 5 and 20, so I can put both of these together so you can understand what it is that the Lord is saying. And so again, what are we saying with this verse, Drew? That God is saying what? Reminding us today that He is what? The God of what? He is our rock. You better hear me, Ty. When you need it, when you need to pull on something, Pastor Shalita, let me tell you, God, you are our rock. You are the rock of our escape. You hear me? 2 Samuel 5 and 20. Hurry up and read it for me, AJ.
And David came to Baal-perazim, and David smote them there. And said, the Lord hath brought forth upon mine enemies before me as the breach of waters. Therefore he called the name of that place Baal-perazim. And there they left their images, and David and his men burned them.
Now, I think I had you to start at 26, but I believe if we go up a little bit more, I want you to be able to see this, and I could just tell it to you today, Cody. Is that the Lord? You got one verse in this chapter is saying that when the moment that David was about to be anointed king, listen to me well. The Bible says that the Philistines heard it. Y'all hear me here? 17. I said, I just want to flip it to see. Go to 17, AG.
But when the Philistines heard that they had anointed David king over Israel.
Stop right there, AG. What I'm about to tell you, Pi, is that your enemy is waiting for news about your elevation too.
That's right. That's right.
Who heard it? The what? The Philistines heard. And the Philistines are enemy to who? Israel. And so they didn't hear that they had a lot of food, Drew. They heard that David was what, Kyra? My God. Put your name there. Come on. Hey. Put your name like the enemy is checking you out. He's waiting for some news, some information about you. To pounce upon you, like ready to come at you. I know you thought because you was anointed you weren't going to go through nothing. But because you anointed, you're going to go through, Rich.
That's right.
But the optical word here, Drew, is to go through. Don't say that.
Don't stay there.
Sit here until we die. No, we're not going to be like that. Go ahead, finish reading.
All the Philistines came up to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to the hole.
Now they say that all of them came up to see David. Check this out, Drew. Another version of the Bible says that all of the Philistines came full force. Wow. I'm about to say, am I excited about myself? I think I am. Yeah, I'm about to say that. Do you hear the implication? They didn't come with 1 or 2 John against you. They came with full force.
Yes.
Against what? Your high mountain. Against your high place. So at this moment you can't go blind. Like you can't go deaf. You can't blur the lines in fear. That's where the blur part comes from. Because we would get fearful, and then all of a sudden when you fearful and you feel like you're about to panic and pass out, and all of a sudden you start seeing double, and that means that fear is taking over you because you realize that you're about to meet up with your enemy, or your enemy is right here on your heel. But if you would remember, oh Lord, whence you came. What I'm trying to tell you is that right here in this text, that the Lord is saying that when David was what, AG? Anointed. That the Philistines heard it, and then they came
to seek David.
To seek him out. Do you think they came to seek him out to give him a gift?
No.
They came to take him out. Continue to read. Check this out.
The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of the Lord, saying,
before you go there. Check this out, Drew. David had to have something. Now, this was a shepherd boy tending the sheep. The prophet Samuel came under guise in secret to anoint one of his daddy's sons. And his daddy didn't even see fit to put him among the flock, among the boys. David was a shepherd boy, ordinary man. Y'all, I'm just trying to get you to see yourself for a moment. And you can stop feeling sorry for yourself, right? David was an errand boy also, was going to take some knapsack, come and take some food to his brothers. David was a musician. He was a nobody according to what we thought. And see, this is what people do, Drew. They look at you and they size you up and say you are nobody.
Wow.